guys. Happy Monday to everybody. Good day of work. Obviously, we're getting more into a work week of what the kids will expect normally. We'll have, as you saw today, just a helmets practice today. We'll go full pads tomorrow. Shells on Wednesday and Thursday. Jerseys on Friday, and then performance Saturday. Have another scrimmage treated like preseason game 2. Thought today was really good. We got a lot of work on silent count with a bunch of noise. Obviously, we got 2 big games coming up in the second and third game that are on the road, and practice that situational mastery today. On the injury front, EA had his surgery today, went very successful, fixed a small torn meniscus, and usually that's about a 2 to 4 week process for rehab, so we'll see where that goes. With that, I'll answer any questions you got.
Was it good seeing Cam and Chuma get back in?
Yeah, definitely. You know, Cam's just doing walkthroughs right now. He's getting close. And Chuma's back full force. So actually gave us a day to rest Austin Jackson, who had a little bit of an ankle coming out of Saturday. So we rested him today. Hopefully we'll get him back later in the week. But it's good to get Chuma back up and see Cam getting closer to full speed. Was nice.
Where do you see the competition at left tackle right now?
You know, I think right now I see really, you know, Austin Jackson and Clayton Bradley battling in that position. I will say Austin has done a really nice job early in this camp, and we'll see how it goes preseason game 2. The one thing great about Clayton is he can roll, as you saw in that scrimmage, back from left and right. He has that type of athleticism, which is a nice thing to have. Usually you're going to get some dings and you'll be able to roll him back and forth if needed. The other guy that keeps on showing up too that had a good scrimmage was Jalen McKenzie. Really his progression from year 1 to now, you can see him trimmed up, you can see him becoming a pretty good athlete, and it's been nice. Those 4 tackles have done a nice job in early camp.
Did you feel like there was anything that popped off the film in the scrimmage that you didn't notice?
Yeah, I thought the pitching and catching was ahead of schedule. You know, usually you get in that first scrimmage and you're hoping that the accuracy comes involved when you get live bullets, and I thought all 3 quarterbacks on the day did a nice job of distributing the ball and with accuracy and getting the ball out. That was probably the thing that jumped out at me the most, is just the being able to complete the ball very successfully.
Is Greg Johnson kind of moving into a place at other corner?
Yeah, he's competing with Isaiah Langley right now and really pushing hard. I'm very proud of Greg. There's another kid that you look at a redshirt year, his first year, and how he's progressed into his second year, and he's chomping at the bit to earn reps, and has really caught our eyes. And that's a great question, Dan. He's really pushing Isaiah. It's a good competition right now.
It looked like Jack Sears and JT Daniels had about twice as many reps as Matt Fig today. Is that just the rotation, or
no? That's the rotation. That's the rotation. Matt's back up. JT's back up. They go in a circle. So it's just based on the day, who goes first, second, and third. So it has nothing else to do with it.
Well, we've seen some kind of incredible plays between JT and Amon-Ra, and I wondered, given their connection, do you see JT ever like forcing that to him, or is that just the play?
It was actually, I was actually more impressed by him not forcing the ball the other day. You saw him distribute the ball around, actually hitting the tight end a couple times, and I really like the fact that he's not leaning on him. And probably Amon-Ra wants the ball more from him. He's probably saying, hey, I've known you longer. But part of being a quarterback is taking what the defense gives you and being able to distribute to multiple receivers. And I think he's done a good job of that early in camp here. It's just not always looking that way, but taking what the defense gives him.
How good can Amon-Ra be?
Extremely. He's a talented individual. He reminds you of the Woodies, the Marquises, the Nellies, the Jujus, those guys that just there's a physical and mental maturity about him, and at such a young age, a sense of urgency to be great, like those kids had. So he's really put a mark on this camp, and hopefully it will continue.
He seems to play well when you put him outside too, and he's not like a 6'3", 6'4" guy. Why do you think he's able to do that?
Well, he's powerful. And those young men that I mentioned before were just like him. Marquise was 5'11" and a half, but he was a powerful athlete that could play inside or out. when we had the opportunity to sign Amon-Ra, we looked at that about the ability. Gosh, this guy could be outside, he could be inside. I mean, he's almost 195 pounds, and physically has a physical presence about him. So that's a good thing to have. We moved those guys around that I mentioned earlier in our career here, and we'll do that same thing with Amon-Ra.
How often do you see a guy with that kind of power have the kind of hand? He's got like baseball players' hands.
Yeah, he has natural catching ability. Some guys, have to really work at it. I remember when Nelly first came here, Nelson, he really worked to become a better pass catcher. And then Woody was just day one naturally catching the ball. And you can see that with Amon-Ra, that he's a natural pass catcher. It comes easy to him.
Is there a timetable for Michael Pittman's return?
Yeah, right now he just had the nose surgery. That's going to take a week, and then he's got a shoulder sprains. So until he gets full strength of motion in that, I'm hoping that it's soon. But I would imagine next week would be the soonest that we could look
the
at.
nose surgery? What exactly?
He just had they reset it. He had a broken nose.
Resetting.
Yeah, he had a broken nose, so they went ahead and reset it.
After watching the tape, what were the issues with the offensive line? Is there concern going forward?
No, I'll be honest with you. After watching the tape, I was actually pleased. We had two physical beats, but really, to be honest with you, I was talking to the quarterbacks about getting the ball out quicker. There were several times that the ball was just being held too long. I commended Matt Fink in the 2-minute drive that, he had a second down where all of a sudden it wasn't there and he threw the ball away, and it was the first time all day. The other times they had held the ball and took sacks, and that's one of the things as they progress in their maturity, that not every play is going to be a home run. Live to fight another day. Either pull the ball down and run with it with your athleticism, or throw it away. So that's part of the maturity that comes with a training camp is it's not 7-on-7 out there. We have to be able to get rid of it. But there was 3 or 4 of those sacks that were really, I'm harder on the quarterbacks than anybody, but I thought we're quarterbacks not getting rid of the ball.
That wasn't a problem for JT. That wasn't a problem for JT. He did.
Yeah, he took 1 sack.
He
took one on a pass that probably should have been thrown away
Should have been thrown away. Okay.
Yeah, so they all took a turn. In there, but from a misassignment standpoint, there really weren't any misassignments. We had a physical beat by Hunter Echols, who did a nice job, and 2 physical beats by Jay Tufeli, did a nice job. The rest of them were get rid of the ball.
Thank
All right,
you.
thanks guys.
Thanks.